Hello, first graders. Welcome to a new science lesson. Please get your Be a Scientist notebook ready and let's start. We're going to start a new lesson, Properties of Light. Remember, we talked about translucent, transparent, and opaque. Remember that different materials absorb or reflect light in different ways. And that's why we have windows. They are transparent, so lights can travel through them. Or translucent, which is like objects that let only some of the light go through, like the frosted glass, or opaque, like will block the light and no light can go through, such as a wall, wood, or tires. So let's start with page 48 and learn more. Now we have three friends talking and each of them have a different ideas, and we need to see which one that we agree with their ideas, or the ideas make sense to us. Properties of light. Which friend had the best idea about light? Paulo said that light can pass through all materials. All materials. Kate said light can pass through some materials. Lily said light does not pass through any materials. So three friends, one said the light can pass through all materials, so wood, tire, glass. And then another friend said light can pass through some materials. Lily said that light does not pass through any materials. So do we agree with Paulo that light can pass through all materials? Or Kate that light can pass through some materials? Or Lily that light does not pass through any materials? Of course, if you choose Kate, you're right, because light can pass through some materials. We just said there's transparent, translucent, and opaque. So that means light can go or pass through certain materials. Right? Let's write this down here. So we agree with, yes, Kate. And then we need to explain why. Why do I agree with Kate? Because we know that light can pass completely through, we just said, some materials and of course, and partially, like when we were just saying that frost glass through other materials. And we have the third option, which is opaque. So some materials do not let any light pass through. Okay, so let me see if I can put this, and then maybe it's clear now. So we know that we agree with Kate because yes, we know that some materials will allow completely the light to go through, or partially, like the frosted glass, or blocked the light completely, like wood or metal or tires, walls, like concrete. All right, let's go for the next page. All right, page 49. Science in my world. Look at the photo of light shining through the leaf. What do you observe about the light? What question do you have? Okay. Before we do that, I would like to go again and watch the words that we be using it today. So we have, this is materials.
Materials. Anything used for making and building things. Transparent. When light can pass through.
One more time, look at the picture. That's called
Transparent. When light can pass through.
and look at the picture here.
Translucent. When some light can pass through.
Some light. And look here, there's no light passing through that.
Opaque. When light cannot pass through.
Okay. So we need to go back to our page and let's see. This picture. This is a picture that you have. So look at the photo of light shining through this leaf. What do you observe about the light? What question do you have? Is it transparent, translucent, opaque? So your question would be related to the amount of light that it's going or passing through the leaf. All right. Okay. So what do you think? All right, you might ask many questions. My question is, why is light coming through the leaf? Right? I know there's some light. You can ask also, as we look at the picture again, that some light's coming through and some parts are not. So why it's coming from some parts and not? So we can ask this question. Why does light come through some parts of the leaf and not others? It's different than if I have a clear window, right? Or clear glass or clear water. Okay. Wait a little bit. Okay, let's turn the page and go to page 50. All right. This is an activity that you can do it at home because most of the materials you need, I think it's available in all houses. So let's see, light passing through. So you need few materials and then you're gonna write your observation if the light passing through all of them the same way, or some of them are transparent or translucent or opaque. So what we need, safety goggles, or just like protection, like even, you know, swimming goggles you can do. Cardboard tube. Can use also like, you know, kitchen towels. If it's empty, you can take this tube, or you can make a tube using cardboard. Aluminum foil, wax paper. This is usually you find it in the kitchen for baking. Plastic wrap. This is the clear plastic wrap that you cover your food. And then rubber bands. Okay, which items allow light to pass through? Make a prediction. Which item will let light pass through them? So these are the material. Let's say you have cardboard, you have aluminum foil, you have wax paper, you have plastic wrap. So which items of these you think it will the light will pass through? Well, I know for sure that plastic wrap, because I know it's clear, and that will be lots of light will be passed through. And I think also wax paper might allow some of the light. So this is my prediction. So let's write this down. I think that plastic wrap and the wax paper, yes, will let light pass through. Okay, so this is prediction. This is what you think. Okay. Now these are the items you have. Be careful, handle the materials carefully, always, and make sure you always are assisted by an adult. Okay, so look through the cardboard tube. Cover the end of the tube with aluminum foil. Use a rubber band to keep the foil in place. Look through the tube. Repeat step 2 with wax paper and then again with plastic wrap. So you have your tube, you're gonna cover one side with aluminum foil, and then you're gonna hold this aluminum foil by using the rubber band and look through the other end of the tube. Can you see anything? Then remove the aluminum foil and use the clear plastic wrap. Cut a small piece, cover one side from the tube, and protect this or use the rubber band to hold it in a place, and then look from the other end from the tube. Can you see? It's the clear plastic wrap. And then remove the clear plastic wrap and use that wax paper. Do the same, use the rubber band to keep it in place and look from the other end from that tube and write down or pay attention, can you see? All right, so this is simple and that's what you need to do. Over here, we're gonna record our data. You're gonna write the information or the details of what you observed. So you have none, you have aluminum foil, you have wax paper, and you have plastic wrap. Okay. So when you have that tube and you didn't cover any of the side, and you're looking from one side, of course you're gonna see lots of light because nothing blocking the other end. You have the water tube, the paper tube, like as we said, either you make it from card paper or from that kitchen towels. It's empty, or you're looking at one side and the other side is open. So of course you will be seeing lots of light because nothing blocking the other end. So let's write here lot of light. Okay. Now you use aluminum foil, right? So you covered one part with the aluminum foil and we use the rubber band, and you are looking from the other end. So did we see anything? Can you see any light? I'm sure no, because aluminum foil is opaque. How about wax paper? Can you see light? And if yes, is it a lot or little? Very good, little light. So for the wax paper, I'm seeing, oops. I'm seeing light. And then a clear plastic wrap. Very good. Lots of light because it's transparent. It's clear. I can see everything. All right. Let's go to page 52. So again, when you didn't block any of the side of the card paper or the tube of kitchen towel, when you look from one side and nothing to block the other side, there was lots of light. And then when you covered one side with aluminum foil, there was no light. When you used wax paper, there was little light. And then when you used a clear plastic wrap, again was a lot of light. Okay, let's go to page 52. Okay, communicate. Which item let light pass through? Very good. Wax paper. And plastic wrap. They allow light pass through. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, how could you learn which other items will let light pass through? How are you going to learn something like that if you use different items? The only way, you need to try, right? So you're going to repeat this experiment using different items. You can use fabric, you can use tissue paper, you can use, so you can add and learn more that yes, probably light fabrics will allow some of the light, maybe dark fabric won't allow any light. So by trying to repeat this experiment using different items or different objects, or different materials. So let's write this down, number 3. So you can say, I could use the same experiments, but of course, to test different materials and different items. Okay, so they said, how could you learn which other items will let light pass through? Just repeat the same experiment, but use different materials or different items, and then you can record your data that yes, this piece of paper can, the card paper won't, this fabric, all kind of materials you can see. All right, now, as you know, we always have to draw a conclusion. So drawing a conclusion is like telling, what did we learn? I did this experiment, I now record my data, now I learned something. So this is what we need to write. Why do you think light can pass through some items and not others? Now you know that some items we agree that light pass through, maybe a little, maybe a lot, and we see and learn that some items there's no light can pass through. So now we need to write our thinking, or what did we learn from this experiment. We learned that some items in our experiment here, like the plastic wrap, because they're thin and clear, so I can see through them. Right. And then other items like, for example, like the aluminum foil, right? So did we see through the aluminum foil? No. There are what? Dark and thick. So light couldn't shine or pass through. So that's what I learned from doing this experiment, and I give example, like the plastic wrap was there, it was clear, and it was, oh, sorry, clear and thin, so lots of light went through and passed through, and I could see also. But when I used the aluminum foil, it was dark, it was thick, and light can shine from the other side or pass through. And I couldn't see anything also when I was looking from the other side from the tube. Okay, so for this lesson, we covered that light can pass through some items and cannot pass through others. And we learned that some items such as clear glass, clear window, clear water, plastic wrap can pass light, and some objects can, like translucent, that pass part of the light or some of the light, and some items that block totally the light and no light will pass through, such as wood, wall, metal, we call it opaque. All right, that's it for today, first graders. Thank you, bye-bye.